Hey there, clan, and welcome to another Warriors Thoughts. And in today's installment of the Warriors Thoughts, we're going to be talking about two topics that are very intertwined with each other and have a lot in common. Those topics are hype and delays. Let's not delay this any further, and let's kick this in and discuss this topic. So what brings this topic on? Why am I making this particular video now? And the simple reason is Witcher 3. For those that don't know, Witcher 3 has been delayed until 2015, aka February of 2015. And this has caused a lot of people to have a little bit of a wedgie in the rear engines and the brain engine. As people are going, why is the game delayed? Why is it delayed? They promised it would be out. They promised it would be out. I hate CD Projekt Red. I love CD Projekt Red. Just overall brain farts, in my opinion. And it really makes no sense to me because CD Projekt Red do not release their games unless they are 100% right. Unless they are perfect to them. CD Projekt Red are not a developer that rushes their games. Like, example, they could have easily rushed out the Witcher 2 port for Xbox 360 in 6 months, but they decided to take a year out to actually get that perfect. And it turned out to be the best move that they ever made. And really, I do see why people are excited to play this game. I'm excited to play it, but CD Projekt Red are doing the right thing. But this also got me thinking a while back as well. Watch Dogs. And also, subsequently, it got me also thinking about hype. Is there such a thing as too much hype? Can we build something up to the point in which we are so highly anticipating it that when it does come out, there's no way it can live up to our expectations? And the answer is simple as yes, we can do that, and we have. I can give an example, but I won't give it just yet. I want to talk a little bit about also about Watch Dogs. For those that don't know, Watch Dogs was originally meant to come out last year, run about the same time as the launch for the PS4, but Ubisoft were smart enough, in my opinion, to delay the game a little bit further. Now, they never give an explicit reason for delaying it, but I'm sure it was due to some great game-breaking bug, something big. Ubisoft, while in the past they have released buggy games, I think they want to make Watch Dogs something a little bit different. I think they want to make the Watch Dogs perfect, and I don't blame them. So when I heard that Watch Dogs was delayed, I was like, I was kind of hoping to play it, but I can wait. I'm probably going to buy it on PC because I don't have a PS4, and I can't afford one right now. But then also, the same thing happened then with Witcher 3. People threw a hissy fit. People were going absolutely apeshit. Now, hopefully I'll be showing some little footage of Watch Dogs and Witcher 3 and all that, but it really, really bugs the hell out of me that people are, in a way, spoiled. We're spoiled as gamers. We have such a wide array of selection of games that we want our games now. We're not like the old days of gaming. Like, I'm not that old. I'm only 21 years old, 22 in April. And I've been playing games as long as I can remember. I've been playing N64, and I remember when games didn't come out every year. If I wanted a sequel to a game, it came out a few years later. And PC gamers have lived with this even longer. Sometimes it would be 5 years, 10 years before the sequel of an RPG they like. The Ultima series, fucking StarCraft 2, hundreds, well, not maybe not hundreds, but dozens of other games out there on PC. PC gamers have lived with this longer than any console gamer. And I think I'm talking about old PC gamers, people who have been gaming since before I was born. They're used to waiting. But I think the modern gamer is a bit spoiled. And there is one franchise I kind of have to blame for this, and you don't know what it is. It's Call of Duty. Now, I don't like Call of Duty. I think it's one of the... It's not the worst thing to happen to gaming, but I think it's one of the worst things to happen to game development. Because ever since Call of Duty started doing its copy-paste job every year, and yes, I call it a copy-paste job, all they're doing is copying the code, pasting it in there, adding a new coat of paint, and adding some new mechanics. That's it. And I know that takes some time, but that's a year. Call of Duty comes out every year. And that has affected game development, in my opinion, because certain publishers, and developers, think they have to get their games out quicker because of this. That they have to get the games out as soon as possible. Case in point, Dragon Age 2. If you're a fan of Dragon Age or BioWare, Dragon Age 2 is obviously rushed. Beyond belief. It's one of the most rushed games I've ever seen. Compared to its predecessor, Dragon Age Origins. And that's bad. And now we have Inquisition coming out with BioWare taking their time with, which I'm very glad with that. And really, those are the best. That's the best example I can give to people who are bitching and moaning and having a hissy fit over the fact that Watch Dogs is delayed and now Witcher 3 is delayed. Watch Dogs is coming out in May, and Witcher 3 will come out. It will come out perfect. Well, not perfect, I'm sure there'll be issues. But CD Projekt Red are one of those few developers that don't rush their games. And I like them for that. I'm happy waiting. I'm dying to play it, but I'm happy waiting. There's a quote that every gamer should know. Every gamer on the planet should know this quote. And it's by Miyamoto himself, the Lord and Savior of Nintendo. And you should all know this quote. If you don't know this quote, you need to memorize this. Miyamoto stated at one point, a delayed game is eventually good. A bad game is bad forever. And hopefully I'll show the quote up here. That is a quote that gamers should take into heart. Miyamoto may have made some crazy fucking decisions of late, but that quote speaks volumes. If a game's delayed, that's fine. It means they're trying to make it better. Or in some cases worse, but that's... But the question you have to ask yourself as a gamer, do you want a game that's rushed and that has bugs up the ass? Or do you want a game that's like a diamond? Diamonds take time to make. So do games. And Call of Duty the Call of Duty mentality has changed gaming for that. That some developers and some publishers think that they have to get the next sequel out as soon as possible instead of taking their time. And I think that's a bad idea. That's a bad mentality for any developer to take, in my opinion. Because that just shows that Call of Duty wins. If you like Call of Duty, I'm not going to hate you. I'll make fun of you for shits and giggles. You make fun of me for shits and giggles. But Call of Duty has done this to gaming. And I don't like it. I don't like that there are spoiled people out there, spoiled gamers out there that think, oh, I want my game as soon as possible. Games take time. Games are like diamonds. The longer you wait for it, the better it's going to be. I would rather wait 4 years for Dragon Age Inquisition, and I've been waiting fucking long ass time enough for it, to make it perfect, than to be out a year after Dragon Age Origins and be average. I would rather wait until 2016 for Witcher 3 so that they could get it perfect. I would rather wait until 2015 for Watch Dogs till they get it perfect. I'm waiting for Cyberpunk 2077 and there's not much on that news yet. There's barely anything on that game yet, but I can't wait for it. But I'm being patient. And now we have to move on to the other topic. Hype. Hype is getting out of control here. Now, I'm okay with hype. I like hype. I like to see games get hyped up. I like to see games that I love get the spotlight. I love that. I love seeing Dragon Age in the news. I love seeing people talking about games and saying, oh, this game looks fantastic. But there is one news media that I hate that does this. And this is just the one that everyone hates, so I'm using them as an example. But other ones are guilty of this. And that's IGN. IGN are hype mongers. That's what they are. Case in point, Titanfall. Titanfall, by all means, is one of the most hyped games I've seen in years. And that's because it's from the creators of Call of Duty, and it's not something different than Call of Duty. That game won more awards at E3 than a lot of games. The game wasn't even fucking out. I get winning press awards. I get it. But games should not win awards if they're not even done yet. Now, Titanfall's out. And due to the massive hype that it's had, people are going like that to it. People are critting it and knocking it down with sledgehammers and giving it shit score after shit score. And I'm probably going to pick this game up because it does look interesting to me and I kind of want to play it. But I've seen so many people bash this game because it wasn't what they expected. And that just shows that we hyped that game up too much. No, I didn't pay attention to the hype. I was like, Titanfall looks interesting, I'll probably pick it up eventually. But IGN and a few other game informers were hyping that game up to no end. IGN had over 600 blog posts / articles on it, including things like 10 reasons why you should be hyped for Titanfall, 10 reasons why you should be hyped for blah blah blah, 10 reasons you should be hyped for blah 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 blah. 600! Now, I'm alright for writing articles on games that aren't out yet and saying, oh, the game looks interesting, but there is such a thing as hyping it way too much. The phrase, putting it on a pedestal, doesn't kind of seems amped here. Hype is a bad and a good thing. Hype can be a game killer, but it can also be a game savior. Titanfall was the best example. I haven't played it yet. I'm probably going to pick it up next month on PC because PC. And I don't have a console. I don't have an Xbox One. I don't want to buy a console. Simple. But when you think, but that game was hyped up the ass, and people are loving it. But also the people who have thought it'd be more than what it was are not. I knew exactly what this game was going to be. It was trying to be the replacement of Call of Duty. That's exactly what the game's trying to be. There's no ifs, buts, or whats about it. It's from the same people who made Call of Duty. They wanted to do something different, so they made Call of Duty with mechs. Now, I'm not saying that's a bad thing. That's taking something they've done before and making it a little bit better. Mechs are awesome. But people got too hyped for that. The hype for this game was bad. It won awards, and IGN especially were the hype mongers of this. And that's what term I don't use that term lightly. Hype mongers. I use that as a derogatory term. That's an insult I'm throwing at them. Hype mongers are some of the worst things that happen out there in gaming. And not just in gaming, in comics, movies, TV shows. There is so much thing as too much hype. I've been burned too much by hype in the past that while I get excited for games that I'm looking forward to, Witcher 3, Dragon Age Inquisition, Watch Dogs, Infamous Second Sons, I don't get hyped to the point in which I go, oh, because I will do that. I try my best not to hype up games too much. I did that in the past and it burned me hard. And this is the advice I have to give to every member of the clan out there and to anyone else watching this video. Don't give in to the hype. Do not put these things up on pedestals. Do not praise these things like the next coming of Jesus Lord Christ or the next coming of Lord Lucifer. Do not do that. Well, it may be like, oh, look, it's gone. It died next, and you get to shoot things and do parkour and shoot things with mechs. It's Call of Duty with mechs. That's what it is. It's Call of Duty with mechs. And I'm not saying that's a bad thing. As I said, I'm probably going to pick this up because I like mechs. I like Gundam Wing, for fuck's sake. Give me a game where I get to drive a fucking mech and shoot people with ammo right there. But I didn't give in to the hype. I didn't read any articles by it. I don't read anything on IGN. I think IGN is one of the worst gaming outlet news providers out there. The only reason the only reason I check their YouTube channel every now and then is because they have to get certain exclusives because they a few things. And that's my advice I can give to everyone. Hype's bad. Too much hype can kill a game. And it's done that. People who are too hyped for Titanfall, who pre-ordered the collector's edition, spent a small fortune on it, spent thousands probably building a new gaming rig that could play this game, are now like, what the fuck did I spend my money on? I wasted 6 months of my life on this. And in all honesty, they kind of deserve it. You don't get too hyped. Hype's a bad thing. It can be a good and bad thing. And all I can say is, try not to get too hyped for games. Well, I'm hyped for games. I don't get to the point where I'm dying for them. I don't get to the point where if the game disappoints me, I'm not going to be like, what the fuck was this? If the game disappoints me, I'm going to be like, oh well, it wasn't what I expected, but it's either still as good as I thought it would have been, or maybe a bit better. For Dragon Age Inquisition, I'm hyped for that game. I can't wait for that. That's the game that I am more excited for than probably any other game coming out later this year. But at the same time, I'm keeping the hype at a level to which I will not be disappointed. That when I eventually play this game, I can go, I either enjoyed it or I hated it. I'm not getting to the point which, this is going to be the greatest game fucking ever. It's going to be awesome. Oh my god. I'm not getting to that point. Like some people were getting with Titanfall, were like, I feel so sexy. Oh yeah. I want to rip my clothes off. I just want to rip them off. I'm not getting to that point with Dragon Age Inquisition. I'm not getting to that point. Very close though, but I'm not getting to that point. When you get to that point, take a chill pill. That's all I got to say. And I think that's where I'll end this. That's my advice. I am excited for games, but I don't get too hyped. And sadly, IGN, the hype mongers that they are, prey on that. If a game's popular, they will write article after article after article after article after article after article to get that game, to get more traffic to their website. It's sad. It really is. Titanfall looks like a great game, and I probably will pick it up, and I'll probably play it for a while. But yeah. I think I'll end the video there. I don't have much else to say. Just remember that quote, though. Just remember that quote by Mimo. Final thoughts really is this. When it comes to games getting delayed, that can be a good and bad thing. Sometimes a game can be delayed to the point in which we're no longer excited for it. Sometimes a game can be delayed for the good reasons. But if you trust the developer that's making the game, then they're doing it for the right reasons. CD Projekt Red are doing it for the right reasons. And if Dragon Age Inquisition gets delayed, knock on wood that it doesn't, so be it. If Watch Dogs gets delayed again, so be it. There's nothing we can do about it until the games come out. And hype's too much sometimes. And in all honesty, too much hype kills the game. I think I'll end it there. Thank you for everyone who watched. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope I gave you a nice wee entertainment with me overhyping things. Let me know what your thoughts are on delaying and hyping of games. Do you think it's a good or bad thing? And do you think that Titanfall just suffer as a victim of its own hype? And do you think that a game should be... to what point is a game delayed too long? Let me know what your thoughts are on that. And I think I'll end it there. Thank you everyone for watching. As always, I am Scottish Warrior 92. And I'll see you all next time. Ciao for now. Mwah.